Hi everyone, Animal Girl here, back with another edition of TV Talk. It's Tuesday, and that means it's Star Wars Day. And this week's episode of The Clone Wars was Counterattack. After rescuing Jedi Master Peel and his small group from their prisons within the Citadel, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, Ahsoka Tano, Commander Cody, Captain Rex, and the other clone troopers that they brought with them now have to figure out how to escape from the Citadel. However, their original plan fails, forcing them to fall back on their backup plan. Something that has become even more complicated due to the fact that they separated. The main reason behind this is that Master Peel has one half of the coordinates for the hyperspace line, or whatever the heck it's called, I can't remember, and his captain, Tarkin, has the other half. And the small group believed it was best to keep the two separate until they managed to escape. So if one is captured, the separatists don't get the whole, or all of the coordinates. However, Tarkin is not impressed with how the Jedi are handling things. Okay, things I liked about this episode. Just like last week, I loved the reprogrammed battle droids. They were really unique, and they seem to, the writers and the voice actor, as just with the clone, how the clones have one voice actor doing all the clones, the battle droids have one voice actor doing all the battle droids. The writers and the voice actors seem to have given these three battle droids their own individual personalities, which I really love and think is cute. You don't think of a droid, which is an inanimate object, having a personality, but we did see this in previous episodes with R2 and 3PO, and we also saw this in the prequels and in the original trilogy, as R2 and C-3PO did have their own individual personalities, marking them out as individuals even among the droids, which I really, really like. I mean, up until that point, the only droid I ever actually saw with a personality was Data from Star Trek. And yes, he is a droid. He's an android. Droid is short for droid, just so you know. Or for android, excuse me. But again, I do love that. I love how they actually take something that is inanimate and you wouldn't think would have a personality, and they give it a personality. We see this in a lot of the Star Wars movies and TV shows. Of course, there's R2 and 3PO who have their own individual personality. The three battle droids in this arc have their own individual personalities, or at least I believe they have their own individual personalities. In the new trilogy, we see BB, the new cute little roly-poly droid, has a personality all his own, which I think is adorable. The droid in Rogue One, I cannot think of his name, had his own distinct personality, as did the droid in Solo. Again, I can't think of her name. And in Rebels, Chopper and AP, also have their own individual personalities, which I think is really cute and adorable. But we'll talk more about Chopper and AP when we get to Rebels. So I did like that. I really liked how they did that. And again, if you notice, and for those of you who have seen Rebels, if you notice, it's always the droids that are working for the heroes who seem to have their own individuality. And I think what they're trying to do is they are trying to show that the people that we want to see win the conflict, or that we know we're going to win the conflict, treat the droids like any other sentient being. And we'll see more of this in Rebels, I promise. So we'll talk more about this when we get to that, when we get to a certain episode where they really highlight this in Rebels. So hold on, we will get to that, and we will come back to this point then, I promise. Sorry about that, I jumped ahead of myself. Secondly, what I liked about this episode, and you will probably find this as a big shock, but I loved the Citadel. Not so much the episode, but I loved the... Not that I didn't like the Citadel episode, which was the last episode, but I loved the Citadel as a place. It is very, very unique. And its design is to confuse people, to keep them from escaping, which makes it very hard to escape from. And yes, it's in separatist hands. It's being held by Count Dooku, who wants to and Grievous, who want to destroy the Jedi and everything. So yes, there's that little negativity to it. But you also have to take into consideration the Citadel was originally designed by the Republic to hold a Jedi who lost his way. So it has to be, or her way, it has to be very threatening and very difficult to escape from for that reason, because it would be very difficult to hold a Jedi who turned to the dark side of the Force. So I really did like the Citadel. I think the storyboard and animators like the Citadel too, as we see something very similar to it in Rebels, but we will get to that later when we get to the episode in Rebels. I promise we will talk about it then. But I did like the Citadel. I liked the design of it. I thought it was very interesting, and I like how it seemed like even though nobody escaped from the Citadel, it was updated, because we do learn that they found a dead end and that they have to regroup and resituate themselves and everything. So it does look as though the Citadel does get updated every now and then. And this was one of those times when they did not have the accurate floor plans for it, which made the episode even more interesting, in my opinion. Okay, things I didn't like about this episode. There really wasn't anything I didn't like about this episode. I mean, I didn't like Tarkin's attitude all that much, but knowing what he becomes later on down the line in the Star Wars franchise, I kind of expected him to have this kind of attitude. Although I was very surprised that he had that attitude towards Anakin, because in A New Hope, and in the couple of episodes that he and Anakin, or Vader, whatever the heck you want to call him, in Rebels, appear, they seem to have a mutual respect for each other. So either he doesn't know that Vader is Anakin, or somewhere along the line, the two of them develop a mutual respect for each other. And we do see that they do have some kind of respect for each other midway through this episode. I don't know if it's enough to foster that friendship, or what, you know, the closest thing they would probably have to a friendship in A New Hope. But we do see the start of it. And I truly believe that what this arc was meant to do was to introduce Tolkien into the... Tarkin, excuse me, I keep wanting to say Tolkien, that's not his name. Tarkin into the timeline, into the story, so we can see where he was in the Clone Wars. But all in all, I mean, it's a great 3-part arc. Don't get me wrong on that. It is wonderful. Again, there's not much I didn't like about this episode, just like there wasn't much I didn't like about the last episode. Again, Tarkin's attitude, I really felt he needed an attitude adjustment a little bit. But again, knowing what he becomes in A New Hope, I kind of let that slide because it's like, okay, we kind of know where he's going to go with this. We kind of know what's going to happen to him down the line, so I can kind of understand that to a degree. Okay, question of the week. What are your thoughts on the Citadel? Did you like the design of it? Did you like how it's really hard to break into and therefore to break out of? Would you have done things differently with the design of the Citadel? Let me know in the comment section. Also, feel free to leave your comments and questions in the comment section. I do love to read this. And please like and share this video if you're watching it on Facebook, or like and subscribe if you're watching it on YouTube. And feel free to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and DeviantArt. I do have my name for those 4 sites right there on the screen, as well as the pictures I use for the icons. Please note, all pictures seen within this video belong to their respected artists. I own absolutely nothing. Okay, quick reminder on my comment rules. Okay, feel free to check out my related Star Wars videos. Okay, feel free to check out my other Star Wars TV talk videos. My other TV talk videos. And my other videos. Hey, before I sign off, one thing I'd like to touch on, and that is to please note that there will be a dual posting for 3 of my TV Talk videos. Star Wars, obviously, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and DreamWorks Dragons will be posted both to my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. All my other TV Talk videos will be posted exclusively to my Facebook page at this point in time. If you'd like to check out any of those videos, or the backlogged videos on Star Wars, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and or Dragons, feel free to check them out on my Facebook page. I will have the link in the description section. As always, thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.